Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Art of War Plus One. Today we've got Dorinthea Iron Song versus Rhinar Reckless Rampage.
Sure do. Yep.
So we'll just get into it with the sideboarding plans.
Yeah. This is a throwback to an older style of matchup. Very mid-rangey decks. Welcome to Wraith Heroes, both of them.
Yeah.
Going back to back. So for my sideboard, we're playing a slower build of Rhinar today. None of the really aggro claws stuff. So I'm siding out the obvious null rune cards.
Yep.
This one's for Chain, and then
the other one's they're both for Wizard, right?
both for Kano, yeah. And then Unwrought Gauntlets, just in there for Ninja. It's always been a hard matchup for this style of deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got Time Snap Potion and Tome of Fendel. They tend to be a package deal. In matchups you feel you're safe enough to Arsenal this and then take a turn of damage.
Mm-hmm.
Which tends to be most matchups that aren't Dorinthea and Katsu.
Yep.
And sometimes I'll cut the Time Snap Potion versus other aggro decks.
Yeah.
And they both come out with Chain.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we've got Snags, which are only in here for Chain, because the game plan for that is to make him build up a big Riftbind turn, and you use this as a block 12.
Block 12, I like it.
Yeah.
Alright, so my sideboard plan is probably familiar as well. We've got one null rune for the Wizard and Chain. If we end up matching up against Wizard and we've only got one null rune, we just try and race them. It's a bit of a sad story, but we've got Feudal Spring Tunic, so in the sideboard. So we only play Tunic when we want to play Shunts. And against this Rhinar deck, we don't want to play any defense reactions. We want to be the aggressor. We've got the power on our side, so we just have to follow through. We don't want anything clunking up our hands. So we're taking out the other 4 defense reactions as well in this deck.
Yep.
And finally, we've just got some cards that don't really fit. So we're taking out 3 blue stroke of foresights, and this is because I'm playing 3 potions in the deck. And you usually have time to set them up, and they allow you to have really big turns. And then we have 2 red overpowers, because just 1 is usually enough to get over. So
Yep.
I think,
And so you might notice I'm cutting relatively few cards out of my deck. It's because I want the matchup to be long and grindy, so I want to have a high density of cards in my deck just so we can get to that late game plan.
I think there's a fair argument for playing the overpowers here. I just remembered I've only got 2. So I think these are like a fair judgment call, but today we're going to try without them.
And then for equipment, I'm actually playing on the Romping Club, which I haven't played a pure Romping Club strategy in a while, so we'll see how it goes. But I've always enjoyed the deck, so should be fun.
I've got the standard Refraction Bolters, Courage, Red Forge Bases, and Skullcap.
Yep. And then I'm on Skullcap, Tunic, Scabskins, and Gambler's Glove.
Cool. We're going to be making a concentrated effort not to shuffle our cards so much.
Yeah.
Because it's been pretty loud in the videos, so we're doing our best.
Better here, yeah.
It is definitely a habit, though.
Yeah. I can't say I've tried club much into Courage of Bladehold. So I'll see if the ability to set up one big turn ends up showing up.
Yeah.
And how much of a blowout it actually is.
The idea with Courage is that you set up a 20 blade turn.
Yeah.
And then you just have like a massive turn.
And the supremacy.
5/5/5 or something.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Cool. Oh, good roll.
11 versus...
I hope all my scabs can stay like that.
Oh, no. Please don't. Alright,
So I'm going to start.
Yep.
The ability to triple intimidate turn 1 is too good to pass up.
Yep.
It's like scary being on the, like giving Dorinthea the free tempo turn 2. But you also can Arsenal defense reaction, so it's not the worst thing in the world for you.
Yep. It's been a while since I played a matchup like this. Very, very last year.
This is... not sure, I might just use this turn to try and push damage, although it kind of sucks if I don't hit well. So I can just go for Blood Rush turn 1. Which in this deck I think is fine.
Yeah, I think,
Because keeping the density of cards isn't as strong. And I'm not playing to those really big Blood Rush turns, I'm just kind of using it as a damage tool.
Yep.
So we'll take 4. The other option was setting up this in Arsenal, of course, but I'm not sure how valuable that is when I could push damage here. So I'll take middle one.
Yep. Okay.
Odds evens.
Yep.
Sorry, evens.
Evens. Yep.
And then I bricked.
Okay.
So I bricked on resource, which means I can't play. Like if this is
That's
yellow,
still good, 'cause
if this is yellow, I just
yeah.
the matchup's pretty unlosable.
You get your triple intimidate, right?
Yeah, which is what I was looking for.
You left me with the card I wanted to keep most. As always.
That's always
So
how it
your
goes. So I'm coming in for
colours
12.
Yeah. I block 3.
Take
You
9.
9.
I feel like I got reasonably rewarded for going for it there.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
looking
not
for
happy with that.
I was looking for that third intimidate on that
Yeah.
first blood rush. So there are a reasonable amount of hits, but
I'm just going to come at you for 5.
and this is where blocking the deck really sucks. So deciding what to block here is not easy for me. I'm gonna block 5.
Alright. Alright, we'll attempt to just plus 3 it.
Sure.
Cool. You're going to... I think we do just braces 4.
I think I'm just gonna block 5.
Yep, that's fine.
I had 2 blocks there, which is kind of rough.
Mm-hmm.
Makes it very awkward to block that second one. Okay, Tuna can pass.
Yep. Here I'm just gonna pitch Remembrance.
Yep.
I'm just gonna pitch a plow, play a plow through and just come in for 6 or 7.
Yep, so I think the plan with this deck's going to be not blocking these.
You just take these.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome pass.
Sure. I had the option to block that, but I don't think it's worth doing. I'm just going to play Barrage. And this is the key card in the matchup for me.
Yeah.
Looking to strip cards with these is very important. Because all of Daniel's 3 and 4 card hands are much more powerful than mine, unless they're like specifically Blood Rush or Alpha Rampage.
Yeah. I almost think we just take it. Again, you get the good, the one card I want to block with.
I think that's how Intimidate works. It just
Yeah.
picks your best card and
It does.
yeah. Or your worst card, I guess. What card
Yeah.
you want to block with.
Yeah, I want to keep this card for later. I'm just going to block you for 6. So I would have liked to have kept one of those blues, but it hasn't shaken up.
Yep.
And I don't want to block with some of my important damage dealers. I'm just going to pitch 1 and swing for 3.
I'm just going to block with Favor Scene.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll leave that on top.
Yeah. So one of the things I'm trying to do is keep some of the threats in my deck.
Yep.
This is why I was blocking with the blues.
You're going to play Breakneck Battery and Intimidate.
Yep. This is the best turn you can have on turn 3, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close to. So we're coming for 6. And then we're threatening 5 here.
Yep.
That's turn 4, I think.
And it is 2. Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of your good tunic turns. It's
Yeah, that's it, right? Like, Brute kind of doesn't utilise Tunic particularly well, But when it does use Tunic, it's very, very important to like getting that one resource on your
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
double 2 turns.
I'm just gonna block 3, take 3.
Yep, and then I'm just going to come in for 5.
And here I'm just gonna take 5.
Okay.
I'm just gonna pitch 1, play Spores of War,
Huh.
pitch a blue, and come in for 5. So I'm pitching the route there, just put it back in my deck.
And you got 2 resource?
So now we've kind of ensured a few good cards for the late game. We can start putting more pressure on with the cards that we're drawing, because we know that there are some good stuff on them.
I'm just going to block
on
6
the
here.
bottom. Okay. I'm going to Sing Steelblade you.
Sure.
So I've got 1 more resource left.
Mm-hmm.
I think we are just going for a
Just for
Ice
damage?
Yep.
I'm just going to sink.
Okay.
So I was considering not turning on Reprise there and keeping an Alpha Rampage hand.
I think, yeah, that's fair too.
But I also need to get one of these cards out of my hand to like guarantee the second Intimidate.
Yeah.
So I have 2 non-6s,
Yeah.
which means
You
like
can't ensure that.
I want to block with 1, and I don't want to block like that,
No.
because then
It's
I
like the
block
worst of
I
both
block
worlds,
3 and you're
right?
like, okay, block 7 and you go over the top anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So like that's a greedy block, and it gets super punished by a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the worst of all worlds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the line of saving armor is also like not bad. So yeah, we're just gonna have an off turn. We're just gonna Rump and Club.
Yep.
Play the Guardian half of the deck.
I'll just take 1.
Yeah.
I'm just going to come in for 3.
I'm not gonna block this.
Yeah. You just take. Actually,
You can +3 here. I
I
think.
think
it's
I
fine.
just play here for some extra damage.
Yeah.
Just ask my boss. It's getting a bit awkward to keep it.
Here's one of those hands Brute just draws. So I'm gonna triple barraging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pick 1.
None of them red, which is quite nice for you. And then we're just gonna Rump and Club for 11. This is a downside to boarding out all your defense reactions versus
Yeah,
warrior,
yeah.
right? Like you can't have the option to block this.
Yeah.
But also
So
these hands are like
definitely blocking with Skullcap here.
this sort of hand's like rare enough that I don't think it's a consideration to your sideboarding.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit unfortunate that you've had some very, very powerful turns.
Yeah. This is the similar deck to what we built for our nationals decks. We both played this style of Brute.
Yeah.
And it was very heavily designed to beat warrior because we knew it would be a big player in the meta.
Yeah.
So like I feel like we're at more advantage of the matchup than your average Brute deck would be. Seeing as it's like normally hard matchup for these decks.
Yeah. I think we just block with all the equipment so that it's out the way. So just going 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Taking 1?
Yep.
Yeah.
So in this matchup, we definitely want to get the Skullcap block out the way as soon as possible.
Yeah, not for me though.
Not for you.
For you,
for me,
it's
I
just
do.
when you can use it, I think it's good. Because there's
Yeah.
one on hit on my deck that I'm threatening, right?
Yeah. Here we're just going.
Excuse me.
Here we're just coming in for 9.
Ooh, 1 card in Arsenal.
Yep.
9. If that's Glint and Arsenal, I'll feel really bad. But I think I'm just going to block 6.
Yeah, you just take 3.
Yep. So here we're just going to make use of Daniel having no armor in Command and Conquer. Well,
Yep.
he can still block with 3 armor pieces in one card, but it's very different to blocking 6 with 3 armor pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, I just block 6 here.
That's normally what CNC is in this matchup. It's just you
Yep.
block with 2 cards.
I'm just going to try and get some armor back. I'll just play my 1 nourishing. So there's a single nourishing emptiness in this build.
Yeah.
Nice.
We'll leave that one on top.
Cool.
Here, I'm not sure. I have a couple of options. Most of them based around whether I get this card in Arsenal or whether I pitch it.
Oh, yeah.
And I think leaving it on the bottom here is not bad. I expect to get back to the bottom of my deck, so I think I'll just come up with the CNC.
Alrighty. We are just going to block this one again.
Yeah.
My turn, we're just going to pitch a response and come in for 3.
Yep, so normally this means I'm just blocking 3, so I don't lose to the glint. But I do know it's no glint in Arsenal now, because he would have played it last turn.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Yep. Which might change how I'm blocking here.
Although I could have drawn it.
That would kind of suck. Kind of an awkward hand.
Yep, that's fine. I'm just going to remembrance.
Yep.
So we're going to get back the nourishing. Red Warriors Valor and Spores of War.
I mean, you only play 1 Red Warriors, right?
Yep.
Because that's the best card you can see.
Yeah, so the other choices are the Yellow Warriors and the Plowthrower are the only other real contenders.
Yep.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Playing the 1 Remembrance means you can be, basically saves your early game a little bit.
Yeah.
Means you can play your aggressive cards and then still have them for late game.
Mm.
It's the attack reactions you have to be careful with playing too many of.
Yeah.
You go.
So I'm going to Primeval, 136. 1. That's the worst hit out of my head.
Oh, okay. No,
But-
no.
It's fine, because it still buffs.
Yeah.
So, I have a couple of options as to what I could play here. But we're just going to Romping Club for 9.
That is a lot of damage. I'll block that. Question is whether I block this or not.
I think your hand has to be reasonably strong to want to not block this. You do
Yeah.
get a lot of time to set up really strong hands in this matchup, so like just tanking 8 damage.
I think I just block 4.
That always feels bad.
Yeah, I take 5.
Yep.
I mean, the nourishing is good, but you still have all your armor, so it's not the best. Play hit and run, and supremacy and swing. 5 with go again.
Alright, here we go. Five. 1 resource.
Yeah.
You didn't break courage, which well, I guess you wouldn't have blocked if you're planning on breaking courage here.
If the energy potion could block, then maybe I consider it, but yeah.
Mm.
I think, yeah, I'm going to see another good turn, so get the courage.
Yep. There's 5.
Yeah.
How much do I want to play around twinning? I guess is what I'm asking myself. And is it better to play around twinning or a +3? Because you haven't had an opportunity to really play a +3. Like, not an opportunity to Arsenal a different card. So I saw 1 twinning get blocked.
Yeah. So, out of the +3s I've played, one Alpha Blood, Route, and 2 Iron Song responses,
Yeah.
and 1 Singing.
Singing is also rough here, because I'm considering going 3 over. I don't know, maybe I'm just trying to get a little cute. Block 5.
Okay. Yeah, I do have a twinning.
Okay.
You didn't overblock it, so...
Yep, so singing was worst case here, because then you can singing and probably glint? Or singing twinning?
Yeah, it's probably Singing twinning.
Yeah.
So then I just come in for another 5.
Yep. It means I'm just blocking 6.
Yep. So if I'm playing it at this stage in the game, I probably have the twinning. I think. Well, at least something good to go with it, right?
There's something good. It was
Otherwise
like
I just block
singing
another
was the
turn more
scariest, I
aggressively.
think.
Yeah.
We're going to come up for 4.
Yep.
So sitting on the yellow immovable in hand, which let me hit some reasonably interesting numbers.
I just block 3 and take 1.
Yep.
I'm just coming in for 3.
I'm not going to block here.
Just take 3?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just going to ask on pass.
Sure. So my Arsenal's not a great card. It's Massacre, which is why I was considering that last turn. I was really wanting to hold this and the Beast Within.
Yeah.
Because then it's likely that I can play a Massacre for a bunch, or it'll be 12.
Yeah.
And 2 Intimidates. So that hand's really powerful, but because it's a Supremacy turn, I don't want to give up like a bunch of damage and some cards and leave a counter while doing that. In this hand I'm pitching away is quite strong for later. If I can get a blue with it.
I'm just taking 6.
It's scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Courage.
Yeah.
Here we
So
go.
here's the courage turn.
Supremacy.
Yep, so I was expecting another
Sorry.
Supremacy.
Actually, just play the Warriors Val, so.
Oh, jeez. How much is this for?
That is for 8.
Because specifically Warriors Valor, it makes it a lot harder to block.
Yeah.
I'm going to block 9.
Could have singing too.
Wow.
Yeah. So I think we almost do get twinning. Maybe not.
Do you want to show your other card, or is it like really important to how a blind needs to end?
It's a resource card.
So you should get singing again then? Go 1 over and
Yeah.
then twinning?
Yeah, I think that's probably right. So yeah, because you're at 9, I'm
Yep.
at 9 now.
Yep.
I should have one more singing. Have I played 2?
Actually, I feel like you might have. You did. Oh, you.
Yeah, 'cause I had to block.
I think you had to block 1. Yeah.
Feels so
That's right.
bad.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so
Because if you
plays-
can, like, so if you can get second singing here, then you go 1 over. You
Yeah.
get the extra attack.
Yeah, exactly, right? And it's just insane.
Yeah.
So maybe go for a route here. It puts me like well over. It means you get a second block.
And you've got no overpowers in your deck, right?
No. So that would be the option to
Yep.
get overpower.
Yep.
The other option is just to go for a +3. But if you have a defense reaction, it means I just get blown out.
Yeah.
So I
and
think
if you're going for a +3, I think the +3 is out for blood, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
So I think we're pitching and playing a route.
Yep. And you're bouncing something?
Yep. It's going to be the red.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm currently taking. What did we say? 6 versus a
It's
bunch.
now 12, right?
6 versus 12.
So
So I'm currently taking
3,
6.
6, 8, 9, 12.
Excuse me. Yep. So I'll be taking 6 here.
Cool. I have my go again, and I draw off.
Yep. And you have 1 resource?
2.
2.
1.
1, yeah.
So we have
Yeah, I like playing the
these
Warriors Villa
1,
here.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Just put those in the bin.
Yep.
Yeah, we just come in for 5.
You got 1 resource?
No resource, just 1 card in hand.
No resource.
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Oh, actually,
You should
yeah,
have 1,
courage.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes it much harder to block. Five.
Yeah, okay. So the route was the correct option to get.
Yeah, sorry.
Pass off us.
So I was scared of a +3 here because it gives you a counter and it leaves me without my defense reaction
Yeah.
for next turn.
Didn't draw one though.
Yeah. So here we're just going to club.
Yeah, here we just block 1.
Yeah, in our arsenal.
Yeah, we're just coming in for 3.
I'll just match it.
We'll go into it.
Sure.
Yep. We'll just come in for.
Yep.
Yep, that's fine.
Yep. That turned out pretty ideal for me, really.
Yeah. And that's it.
I'm gonna breakneck battery and intimidate.
Yep.
So when you bounce this, I opted it. Like I decided it was better to keep it and set up this 2-card hand.
Yeah. So the
Um,
reason why I'm bouncing it
so we're
is
coming in.
because it's if you had another red in your hand, then
Yep. But with the way I
Going
blocked
for
that
it?
turn, it's probably not another red, right? Like I'm probably leaving resource for
There's a reasonable chance, but I don't want to leave you with a Blitz-A-Thon. I guess you can. I guess maybe the.
I think the worst card on that hand was actually the Swing Fist.
This. Oh, it wasn't
Savage Swing, sorry.
Savage Swing. Yeah, it's fair enough.
Because it discards and it's like, I guess you club off it, so it's.
Yeah.
If you're putting me on another red in hand, then this is the right bounce, but.
Yeah. I'm just drawing Lord oh Lord, awful hands. Yeah, just block 6.
And then I will come in for 5.
Mm-hmm. Feels so bad. Just take 2.
All reds.
Yeah. I'm just going to come in for 3. So yeah. Yep.
Tunic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to Romping Club.
Hmm. Here we just block. Hands are just missing something every time.
Either resource or
Yeah.
the spoils that you just had to block with, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then like I'm just drawing like good cards right on top of each other with not quite the way I want to play them.
Right. Like you'd like to have the option to pitch them away like early game,
Yeah.
and then now that you're drawing them again, you want to have the option to
Actually, like
play off
have
a
good
3-card
hands with
hand or
them.
something.
Yeah. So I think I actually just block 3, take 1. Feels so bad. To
I'm going to
block
remembrance
things.
here.
Yeah.
So this is the style of warrior deck that got Daniel a long way in the first road to national season.
Yeah.
The sort of slower, you block and pitch away your good cards and then have a stronger late game than most opponents.
Yes.
It's like you're seeing one of the ways it doesn't pan out, which is when you draw them all together after shuffling with remembrance.
Yeah.
But in general, it's how you sort of have to play the brew matchup, I think. Or the style of brews, anyway.
Yeah.
And it was very good versus in the warrior mirror. In particular, was where the style shined.
Yeah. So back in the day when Warrior was more common, you play with a lot more shunts.
Yeah.
And you play with the tunic, and you basically just look to outvalue your opponent by blocking a lot of their attacks early game.
Yeah.
And preserving your reds, and really like
So
abusing your
just putting back
shunts.
3 barragings.
Yep. And yeah, that's basically the style of deck. And then for Ninja, you basically did a similar thing, but you were setting up Iron Song Determination turns, so you can intimidate them and then get a counter and then race them from there.
Yeah.
Um,
And the game's changed a bit since then. Like,
Yeah, this
decks,
deck is-
deck lists have changed a lot.
yeah. The
But-
style of gameplay is a bit different from what we see nowadays.
Yeah. Like, this list is running many more blues than you would used to.
Yeah.
But this is like the style of brute that I'm very comfortable playing, so I'm quite happy to be
Yep.
sitting here doing this. I think I felt my tunic that turn.
Yeah. I think we're just going to try and get something big. So we're just coming in for 8.
8. No resource.
No resource.
Do you have any Iron Songs left?
There should be 1 red iron song left, if I remember correctly.
What does the red Iron Song do though? Not a lot, right?
No, it's just +3, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like hitting you with a big attack. So the issue is that I had 2 Spores of War in hand, 1 in arsenal, and no attack reactions to speak of. Well, I had glints, but glints don't get me over, and you're just going to face block me every time. So
And
hand
twinning
just
doesn't do
block.
anything here because you've got no resource.
Yeah, this is just flat 8 damage, pretty much.
Gee, I don't know. I kind of think I just want to block 9 here.
Cool. Oh, that's not possible.
Yep.
So what I really didn't want you to do is just take it and then potentially have lethal on the kickback.
Yeah. So
That'd
their
be
hand's
really
like
scary.
hand's not quite a lethal hand, right? It's like it needs
It's
something else
getting-
there.
it's getting
Like this
there
is
with
very
some-
strong. If I have an alpha
If
rampage,
the other card is barraging, then if the other card is any intimidate, you can stack with massacre.
yeah. If I have an alpha rampage, like I hit this hand every time, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But we're just gonna come in with Romping Club.
We're just gonna block 3 again. Take 1.
So now Daniel's in double. Oh, sorry. I'll actually remember to do my tuning this time.
Double reckless range.
Yeah. Which shouldn't be what I'm playing to, really.
Yep. Just playing blue warriors who aren't swinging.
I'm just gonna check how many threes I have left. This is something you should do fairly regularly in your long
Slow
game matchups. Yeah.
You should check.
Should be checking what threats you have and what threats your opponent has. What you should be playing around and what you shouldn't be. You got 2 cards and 1 resource.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is ever going to block more than that. Feels kind of bad having to block with the alpha rampage here.
Yep.
But we're going to mash.
That's it.
Gonna intimidate.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice. 2. And then we're going to come in with Romping Club.
Yep. Yeah, this is when the game starts getting really hard.
Yeah. When you have to throw away 2 cards to this every
Yeah.
time.
Pretty much.
Feels very like that when you're on 3 versus Brute as well. You just have to, like,
Yeah.
single block, or a single Romping Club has to be double blocked.
Yep. So those 2 cards surely. Just block 6.
I feel like I've kind of based you haven't really had an opportunity to set up those potions I told you to keep in.
I didn't draw them until late game, and then the one time I did have hit and run weapon, I drew an attack reaction off the top.
Yeah.
So, which
Fair
is
enough,
the
yeah.
line you go for.
Yeah.
I'll just come in for 3.
It's kind of annoying. I think you're actually going to get an unmovable on that.
All right, beautiful.
Yeah. I could have blocked around it, but it's not as safe. And then I leave myself with the, like, with the possibility that I get stranded on the immovable.
Yeah.
We're just going to play an for pack hunt.
Yeah. Hands are tragic, truly tragic. This
So
game.
take 3 and then come in for 6.
Yeah.
So it's just the same as the Roman Club last turn. It has to be double blocked.
The issue is I drew quad blues earlier, and now my deck is all threats. So I have to walk away. All my blues are gone.
Yeah.
Block. I'm just coming in for 3.
I'm just going to take 3.
Yep.
We go for the first Scabskins roll of the game.
Okay.
Hey.
So you got 2 action points?
Yeah.
Yep, cool.
Use the first one to life for life. Which was part of my defensive plan in this game, but I had to block with 2 of them very early.
So you pitched a Reckless last turn, didn't you?
Yeah.
So it's 2 gone.
Which kind of sucks. I don't want to put both my Recklesses together.
Yeah. I think I just blocked this one for 4.
Going to Intimidate.
And I'm pretty sure that's game.
That's not another Intimidate, so it's not quite lethal.
Wow, you're going to get my card.
3. Yeah, I'm going to get your card.
Yeah.
So we're just going to rump club and see what it is.
Yeah. GG.
Ah.
Yeah. So of course you intimidate.
Oh yeah,
So
every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your intimidate's ridiculously good.
Yeah.
So the issue was I had the supremacy here.
Yeah.
And then I draw quad blues, quad red. And have to block away my threats. So
I was holding a breakneck battery, so I could hopefully follow that turn up with a breakneck turn off here, which that was a really good breakneck turn.
yeah, I think it was one quad red, and then these 2, and just
Yeah.
I just drew the cards in the
The wrong order.
yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Which sometimes happens.
And I drew defense reactions pretty consistently, like they weren't clumped, they were like
Pretty spread
very
out.
nicely spread
You had-
out.
You had them for when you needed them as well.
Yeah.
I did have some good turns, but it just wasn't quite enough to get there.
Yeah. Like I felt in control that whole game, and that's not how I normally feel in the Warrior matchup.
Yeah, normally you can actually put a lot more aggression on.
Yeah.
Um,
There's also a slower style of Brute. It's like playing a lot more defense reactions than most. Aiming to play better off those 2 and 3 card hands than it
Yeah.
normally would.
yeah, I mean,
So this is the sort of matchup I think this deck should shine in.
yeah. So people usually think Brute has a bad Warrior matchup, and it's true. But
Yeah. But you can fix
this one is quite good against Warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah, on my side, I think if I were to change my deck, say if this matchup was more of a concern in the meta, I would cut the blues.
Yeah.
Because
And
I
have a bit more action.
Yeah, so there's over 20 blues in this deck. So it's a bit many for the slower style of play.
Yeah.
You're playing more blues so that you can reliably get aggressive turns against decks like Chain.
Mhm.
So you just have more consistent turns overall.
Yep.
Um,
Whereas my deck's going the
whether
opposite
it
way,
hurts-
right?
Yeah, exactly. It hurts the matchups which go longer.
Whereas my chain matchup is like I just cut everything that doesn't block well. So
Yeah.
I'm even cutting Reckless Swing because I don't want to be spending 2 cards to block 4 there.
Yeah, exactly. right.
Unmovable, and then leaving in all my block 3s and just trying to stay like above 30 till they have to rift bind you, and that's
Yeah.
when you have the Arsenal snag.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's the game plan there, and like you do get blown out. That's not very consistent.
Yeah, I
but
mean,
that's the strength of Chain, right? It's like it can just on turn 3 with 3 Soul Shackles be like, oh, I have Art of War, Shadow Versa, and suddenly I'm playing 9 cards.
Well, yeah. Chain is interesting because it's like, my opinion is like, Chain can draw well and kill every deck in the game.
Yep.
Chain can draw poorly and still win any game.
Yeah.
The only times it has to be a combination of the Chain struggling a little bit and you actually like playing the matchup correctly.
Yep.
Otherwise you'll lose every time.
Yep.
So if you're racing him, then you need to get everything right. And if you're blocking him, you need to work out where you need to block. You need to set up your snag for that final turn.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much how it goes.
And that's why I think if your Guardian has a better option than that because they have life gain. So
Yep.
they're the most consistent in the snag plane. That's why they can get away with
Yep.
running 2.
Yeah.
But if you're on a bit of a weaker control deck than that,
Yeah.
you need to be on 3, I think, just
Yep.
to maximise the chance of seeing it. And sure,
Yeah,
it doesn't block most of the game, but like
Yeah.
if you're playing those sync belows and stuff, maybe even unmovable, but I probably wouldn't. You have the option to bottom like your second
Yeah.
copy.
And while we're on Guardian, that's one of the decks that really punishes this deck.
Yep.
So if you have lots of Guardian in your meta, then this deck is
As
Very
worst
difficult.
Guardian, right?
Yeah,
As like
that's the
how
idea.
that's how we described it going in. As you're doing a very similar game plan to Guardian. You're blocking out.
Yeah.
Most of the time, you're coming in with your weapon,
yeah.
but your weapon's 4 and their weapon's 6, and
Yep.
that's in the end what the matchup comes down
Yep.
to.
So the reason we came up with this deck instead of say playing Guardian was because Dash was very prevalent at the time,
So you Arc Smash.
and you get Arc Smash.
Yep.
So Arc Smash basically really helps you crush that matchup,
Mhm.
and you've also got really strong setup turns with Tome of Fendel and Time Snap.
Yep.
So that way you can still play defensive in a lot of matchups
Yep.
with the club, but then still have big combo potential.
And the other big thing is we weren't expecting a lot of Bravo.
Yes.
We didn't think it was as good in the meta. We actually thought this had a decent Bravo matchup at first.
Yeah, we just
until we
test it out,
played.
Yeah.
Until we played good
Kale-
Bravos,
Kales.
pretty much.
Kale and
Yeah,
stuff.
Kale and
So, yeah.
Jacob, which you ran into both of, I think.
Kale and Sam.
I can't see.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
That was a rip,
Yeah.
but yep. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed having a look at these decks. It was a really good game.
Yep.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah, we'll see you next time on the Out of War +1.
Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah.